Hello guys, today I want to talk about this Gypsy Jazz endings for blues, minor and major. As you know, this is a really common harmonic device in jazz and in Gypsy Jazz too, obviously. And it's quite useful to have different ways to end a blues tune. So that's what we're going to see today. I think we have 7 examples with some variations too. Okay, first of all, we have to talk about the song form of the blues, right? On a minor or major blues, we have 12 bars. The first 4 bars are commonly the first chord. The second 4 bars are divided into two bars for the fourth chord and 2 bars for the first chord. This is the really basic structure, right? And the last 4 bars we have in a really basic blues form. We have 2 bars of the 5th chord and 2 bars of the first chord to end the song. All these endings are based on the last 4 bars of a major or minor blues. That's why you hear me playing the first chord. Right? Because I play the 5th chord and then comes the ending. Right? Then we have the variation, which is exactly the same but with a different voicing. Right? With a voicing. We could use this one, this one, this one. A lot of different voicings to use in this final chord. Right? Okay. Then we have Fapy Lafertin's ending on Blues and Minor 2. This is different. Okay? This is a really common phrase used in Gypsy Jazz. Even, I think I transcribed a lot of Django tunes where he used that during the improvisation. Just that. Fapy Lafertin too. Okay, the variation from previous ending is with this slide and this triplet, 8th note triplet. I use this fingering. Okay? But you could use, for example, Adrien Moignard ending on clockwise. He plays a 2-5 in bars 9th and 10th, and then he plays this. Okay, this is exactly the same as Fapy Lafertin's ending, but in G major, right? And he doesn't use this slide, but that's optional. He plays this. Okay, different to Fapy Lafertin, but it's the same idea. And which notes we are playing here? This one, it's a D, right? And this one, it's a G. So we're playing the fifth and the tonic of the last chord. Then we have the variation, one octave up and different harmonics. Okay, this is okay. Here we are playing D, G, and B. A triad, and this is useful just for the G major chord. Okay, why I wrote this same phrase here? It's interesting that you are able to play these phrases on different frets, on different sets of strings, so you can, for example, if I know this, and this is an ending in G, I can then, for example, I want to play an ending on C. Then I go to C. Right? Or E flat. Or in the original G. For example, I want to play an ending in B flat. Okay. That's why I wrote this in different strings. Okay, Django Reinhardt, ending on blues clair. E flat, 7 is the fifth chord in A flat. And then he plays a similar phrase to the previous one. This is really similar to the other one, except that he plays this the minor seventh of A flat. So then, if you want to play this phrase in G, you just go one fret below, right? You want to play this in other set of strings, and then we have the same phrase, one octave up in G. Right? If you want to play this in, for example, in E flat, that's it. Then we have Stochelo Rosenberg ending on St. Louis Blues. This is interesting because I wrote several variations for this one. Okay, we have the fifth chord, again, these are approach notes to the tonic. Then we can play this same phrase in different strings with similar fingering, which is this example. Right? Then you could play this phrase all along the fretboard again. Then we have the same phrase, different strings, similar fingering again, but here in the first, second, and third strings. And then we have the same phrase, different strings, but different fingering. And why I did this? Because I could play a similar fingering, which would be this. But I find this quite awkward, right? That's why I decided to change the fingering to this one. Which is way better than the other one. Then we have Jimmy Rosenberg's ending on Swing 48. This is a classic ending. I use this different fingering, right? He plays that D note. And I wrote a variation for this ending, which is with those two harmonics. Again, this is in G minor, but you could play exactly the same for G major, and it will be totally fine. Another thing, or something I would like to highlight here is that, for example, these notes, no? It's swing. Right? But if you change the rhythm, you have a tango ending, right? So I think if you like that ending, it's unexpected, and I think it's fun. It's fun to play something different, right? Not always the same ending. And in the final ending, we have a Raphael Fays ending on Blues and Minor 2. This is, I think I heard this kind of ending in many tunes. It's just the minor sixth chord voicing. Right? He plays this phrase with that staccato feel. And with muted strings. Okay, that's the final phrase. I hope you like these phrases. You start to apply them in different blueses, minor and major. And okay, see you next time.